What's up, Blockheads? Today, working on the 2020 Harley-Davidson Low Rider S, and we are going to be replacing this fairing here with this fairing here by Memphis Shades. If you guys don't know, I talked a while back about basically making the Low Rider S here into a more commuter-friendly bike, and one of the steps in doing that is to add a bigger fairing to it to block some of the wind. So I'm working with Memphis Shades. This episode is brought to you guys in part by them. If y'all don't know who they are, definitely should know who they are. They've been around for a while and provide a lot of quality fairings for lots of bikes. You guys be sure to check them out. I'll drop the link down in the description below, as well as right here on the screen for you. If there's any discounts or if I'm able to work any discounts for you guys, be sure to check the description. I'll include that information down there as well. We went with the Road Warrior fairing. We've got tin windshield and all that stuff in here, so we're gonna go ahead and unbox it with the grommet. Let's get to installing it. Alright, so we have the hardware kit, the mounting kit. We have the headlight extension block. This is a newly made piece for the Low Rider S. If you guys are going to get this fairing for, a different bike, make sure that you obviously select the right bike, and it'll have the correct fitment for the size of these for the forks, the size of the extension block for the headlight. And then we've got the actual fairing and the windshield. So it's kind of a mess in here. I need some more counter space. Go ahead and get this stuff cleaned up so we can have some space to work on this thing. Yeah, no, it's not cleaned up, but we made some room for this stuff, right? So let's go ahead and get all this stuff unpackaged. All right, we got all the parts unpackaged. So we've got, they call this like the trigger kit, and then all the parts do come with instructions as well. So you can follow the instructions or you can watch a video, whichever you want. They also have diagrams, which is really cool to be able to see how it's all connected up. Once again, headlight extension block. This is the mounting kit. For the Low Rider S, they give you this shroud for the headlight, and they also give you a ring to kind of fill up this gap. And then you've got the actual fairing, and then you've got the windshield, dark smoke. So first things first, we're gonna be taking this one off. In order to take this one off, you've got a couple of bolts back here, either side. And then in the bottom, right here, you've got some friction fasteners. So those are just gonna pop out once we get these off. So let's get to undoing these ones. Remove that entire plate right there. So that basically loosens it from the top. Then you just have the friction fasteners down here. So there you go. Stock fairing is off, or as Harley calls it, the speed screen. Now we have to get this part off, which is mounted under here. And these are Torx bits. T27. All right, stock fairing is off. So now we need to remove the headlight. There's a couple bolts in here, here, and here. Pull that headlight outwards to set more flush in the Memphis Shades fairing. And probably go ahead and remove these things too. Probably won't be needing those. All right, got this bolt out of the bracket that holds this in. A little bit of a tight fit. Pretty much have to like push this grommet out of the way. You can probably go ahead and take those off if you want. After that, the headlight is free and we are able to go ahead and install the headlight extension bracket. We're gonna hold on to that, obviously, stock bolt, because we're gonna reuse it here. So I went ahead and removed that bracket. So it's just two Torx bits on the back. So one goes here, one goes on the other side, and that bracket just comes out. It looks like that. So if you wanna remove that, remove it. It's T27 as well. All right, so now we're gonna get to installing the headlight extension bracket. So this is how it comes right here. You're going to use the hardware that they give you here in the OEM block. So, and then it's gonna face upwards like that. So it's gonna go here. So I'm gonna get that on and then use the OEM bolt to go through the bottom of the headlight piece. All right, so this is just very loosely installed. You're not gonna tighten anything down because we actually have to put the fairing on to see where this is gonna set. This is basically how everything goes. Like I said, you've got the bolt that they provide with you right here, going through their bracket and then their washer. And then you've got the OEM block washer, their bracket, and then the lock washer, and then the end nut. And on the front piece here, you have the OEM bolt, OEM washer, their bracket, and then the headlight, and then the spacer that they provide for you. Headlight, their bracket, washer, nut. So we're just gonna kind of tighten it a little bit, but not gonna tighten it all the way down. So we have some, basically the ability to position it whenever we put the fairing on. So we're gonna wanna put these clamps onto the forks. I've already done a couple of them, but just to show you guys with this one, you wanna remove the bolt. And then the way you remove it, these clamps here, is you slide them outwards like that. So whenever you install them, you want the bung part here sticking outwards from the fork, so away from the center of the bike. This little earpiece sticking forward. All right, so you're gonna press that over the fork like that, and then you're gonna take this piece, put it around like the backside, and you wanna line it up with whatever notch is going to be the best for your forks. On the Low Rider S, I'll put these on the 3rd notch, and then you're gonna pull this one basically outwards to go over and around. So you line them up like that, pull it till it's lined up like that, and then just slide like that. So then it's on there. I'm gonna take the bolt, thread the bolt through the back, take the Allen that they provided, just gonna snug it down. You're not gonna tighten it down all the way. I'm gonna be able to move them once again for fitment. They say they need to be about 2 inches apart. 2 inches apart, and I can still move them and adjust as needed. Same on the other side. So next up, we're gonna be putting these brackets onto the actual fairing piece. I'll lay down a towel so I don't scrape it. You're gonna wanna take apart these pieces here on the ends, loosen those up. So after you have them apart, you're gonna wanna take this little rubber grommet off, and you're gonna wanna put that little rubber grommet in the hole, right? So basically like I've done over here. So you just kind of work the rubber grommet through. There you go. Same with the other one. And then you're gonna run this piece through the outside into the fairing like that. You're gonna take the bracket, put it here, tighten it down with the hardware. So after we've got those brackets mounted onto there, we're ready to go ahead and put them on the forks. You're gonna open up these, what they call like the trigger locks. So you basically pull outwards and you press back to open them up. And then whenever you close them, they come down and they latch, right? So they don't go back up. So you have to pull this forward, press up to open it up. Same with this side. And these are gonna go on that bottom ring. So if you look at that side over there, you want that to go there, that one, and then you want the top one to line up as you pivot it around. So I'm gonna do that. I need 2 hands. And then after it's all lined up and you've got the headlight lined up as well, you can start to tighten everything down. All right, so we've got it lined up with the headlight, and I've got it all clamped here and here. So I went ahead and I tightened these down, right? So we've got good clearance, we've got good connection, everything's seating correctly on both sides. Tighten these down. Same on the other side. At this point, we need to level the headlight. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn the bike on. And obviously just use wall. You're gonna adjust the headlight, move it up and down, make sure it's centered in the fairing. So right there is too low. Obviously you want it to be level. Yeah, it's right about there. Turn the bike off. So after we have that leveled out, we need to get back to the hardware for the headlight in there. So we're gonna need to take this back off. So undo that, open that, pull that off forwards, and take your wrenches, tighten the headlight hardware. So after you get the headlight leveled, you're gonna wanna add this shroud that they give you, right? So it just kind of slips over, and then the headlight trim ring. So it looks like this. You're gonna wanna line it up at the bottom, and then you're gonna place a bolt through there that they give you. That one right there. It's just a Phillips. Don't lose it. It's a little tiny piece. A small Phillips. After you've got that tightened down, grab the fairing again, line it all back up. So now that that's on, and we got the headlight adjusted, everything's tightened down, these are latched on, we're gonna go ahead and put the windshield on. It requires bolts and nuts. Now these are nylon, so it says to not use a screwdriver with them. You're just gonna use your hands. So these big pieces go on the inside, and these flush pieces go on the outside. So these bolts all go on the outside, nuts all go on the inside like these here. Just hand tighten. Little attention to detail that I like to do is I like for the slots to all go, you know, one direction. So for that, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. There you go. Your Memphis Shades fairing is installed. Looks freaking great. You know, I got this thing because of the functionality, right? Sure to give it a good wipe down. So yeah, this is gonna protect me from the wind quite a bit more. It'll be interesting to see like kind of the different windshield heights. Like I said, I forget the height that I went with on this one. I'll post it, you know, down in the description below so that you guys have links to everything. And like I said, if I can work any discount or anything like that for you guys through Memphis Shades, I'll be sure to post that below as well. That's it. That's how you install it. I'll be sure to do like a first ride impressions video here soon. Let you guys know what I think about it. Next up, installing a Plex. Anyways, once again, big thanks to Memphis Shades. Greatly appreciate the collaboration. If you guys have any questions, be sure to post up down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, hit that bell icon so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, you guys ride safe out there. Stay vigilant. Catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.